The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. We're going to have John Jameson as my guest at the half hour. This has been a very critical time coming up for blockchain stuff. He's been talking about this for quite a while, and I want to ask him a few questions that might answer some of the questions that you folks might have. He's been telling me exactly what has been happening to this market for the last 3 years, and I can say with a great deal of confidence, I really believe what he knows because I've seen it unfold. I mean, I watched him say at 20,000 it was going to drop 80%. When he got to 65,000, he said it was going to drop 80%. And by golly, you know, this is happening. So whether you believe it or not, I don't know. I think you'll find it interesting. He's a very interesting guest. That I know that you'll enjoy that. So we'll have him on at 12:30. A lot of things. I posted a chart of the DAX. As you can see, we had a pretty big break, stopped exactly at the 78% level, and then we had a really nice rally today. If you remember, folks, if you read the newsletter, we were saying that there should be really good support in the Russell down there at 2110. I believe the low was 2105. You can see we're having a very strong rally right now, equal to the one we had on the 8th and 9th of July. We completed the big ABCD pattern down in there, so we could continue to go a lot higher for sure. But right now we're having a very, very strong rally, giving back. We lost 900 and some points in the Dow. We've already gotten 600 of it back, which is that's no easy feat to do, but it's certainly happened. Now, there's a couple of really interesting charts that we were talking about in the newsletter, and this one particular, I think you'll enjoy that. But take a look here, folks. We were looking for a high to come in on the Treasury bonds at the 78.6 level at 167.04. That was the high, and we have broken $2,000, folks. We're down in the 165.05 level. I mean, this has been a huge break today, coming right off of that exact number. That's another one that, how can it hit those exact numbers? It makes you wonder. There's a whole bunch of them happening today, and I wanted to share them with you because they may or may not mean anything, but the fact that we've watched these things unfold, that we should pay attention to it. The next one we want to look at, of course, here is the natural gas. And the number on this natural gas is at 388. We just hit that just a little while ago. That's the 1.618 expansion. On this is going back well over a year and a half, so that's a big number up there in the natural gas at the 3,800. Now, new lows were made in the crude oil. It's rallied a little bit, but it's broken some major support here, folks. So we're due to have some type of a rally in these markets, but we don't know exactly when they're going to happen. If you'll remember, we were saying the other day in the gold and silver, we'll cover gold and silver next, and then I got a couple others that we need to chat with. This is where we are right now. Today, our low has been right there at 24.82. That's the 78% level, spot on. Now, folks, what's really amazing here, you know that silver is a precious metal. Well, it used to be anyway. You'll notice here the trend of this precious metal has been down. Look where we are down at 24.90 right now. Look what's happened to the gold market, folks. I mean, gold did exactly like 100% opposite what the silver was doing, and it was telling you to tip off that there was something wrong. Look at this. We went right up to the exact 78% level at 1826, and we broke all the way down to 1805. We dropped $2,000. we're now trading around 1806. So with that big wide-ranging bar, that tells us that, maybe this is a pretty significant high that came in today. So I hope these numbers, when you see them, mean something to you, because we put them in the newsletter to try to give you an idea that there should be strong support and resistance in that area. And your job, of course, is to determine how much you have to risk to see whether you're going to be right or not. And I prefer risking, little bits and pieces so that you don't have to sell the farm to get in this thing. So anyway, that's what we're watching. We're having tremendous volatility, folks. What you're seeing in the stock market today is it's just really amazing. And whether it is related to the Federal Reserve or not, I am not sure. Shane said they could come in at any time, and maybe that's what they did today. And certainly someone came in and said, let's put risk on again, and you'll see a risk off again, and that's it. Now, I did want to mention a story about the candlestick charting. Several people have asked me, I've had this on my list to answer this question. Candlesticks have been around for a very, very long time. We used to use the bar charts. That's all we had, open, high, low, close with the hash marks and everything. But with the advent of with all this computer stuff, you can put in the candles and make them colors and, make them really pretty like a lot of folks do. But there's nothing more than looking at the opening and the close together, just like you did if you're using a bar chart. That's really all it is. Now, I like to use candles for the simple reason I count bars. I watch the number of times a bar goes up 8 times or goes in 8 bars, 10 bars, 12 bars, whatever it happens to be. And that gives me a tiny bit of an edge because I'm looking at price and time at that particular point. Doesn't always work that way, but it's an edge that if it comes in with price and time together, then I'm very excited. Now, let's take a quick look. Just take this, for instance. We're going to take a quick look at this right now and use the same principle. I'm bringing up, this is for you, Ruby. This is October hogs. You can see here, folks, the sine wave that's up here. I marked off the head and shoulder. It's due to come in today. We've got a head and shoulders pattern coming in right now. And what we just did, I want to do the count. If you look at the bottom, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 7 days up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9th day up. So it was 7 days up on this one. Could be 9th or 10 days up on this one. But we're having price and time coming together in the hogs up in this 9,100 level in the October hogs. Now, is that going to be a high or is it not? I don't. All I know is we're sitting right at the 61% retracement. So the most you have to risk on this is to be a penny in hogs, which is, I believe, $420. And that's the whole principle of what the patterns are for, is to match up with the time and the price together. And that's what gives you the advantage that you're looking for. There's a whole bunch of them like that today. Today, perfect example, another perfect example was the Treasury bonds. This was to me amazing. The fact this market's going crazy because the whole world is, buying bonds. And look what they did, folks. They stopped exactly to the exact 78% level at 67.04. It's also an ABCD. Here again, count the bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're lining up with price and time together, and that's what you like to see because that's what gives you the edge. And the fact that it backed off quite a bit is a pretty good sign, but it's still a little bit early in the day. We still have about 4 hours of trading, and just remember, anybody that can give you everything you want has the ability to take it away from you. Let's take a little break. 877-927-6648.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the opening call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the opening call risk-free today.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, I posted the chart here of the crude oil. If you remember, back on early July, we were looking for that 3 drive to a top pattern to occur up around that 76 level. We had a double ABCD pattern, and we also had the 3 drive pattern, which was really quite nice. Then we broke down, rallied up to the 78% level, and then yesterday we stopped briefly at the 61% retracement at 67.02, and then we just literally melted down. We got all the way down. I believe we hit the 78% level today, very, very close to it, and then we finally had a rally. The reason why I'm pointing this out is twofold. One of the main reasons when you're doing pattern recognition is you have to worry about 2 things, gaps and wide-ranging bars. And as you can see here, on yesterday, we had an incredibly wide-ranging bar. It went from 71 all the way, it dropped $7, folks, all the way down to 65 and change. So whenever you see that, you have to be incredibly careful. There's nothing wrong with doing the trade there at 67.02, but you've got to quantify what your risk is. Say 60 pips, $600, no big deal, and something that's trading for $67,000, it moves $1,000 usually once or twice a day. So you can easily see that you can control your risk by using just a tiny bit of common sense. But the key to remember, when you see these really wide-ranging bars, that's a danger sign that the market probably is going to go lower. Look at these others. You go back on the far left over there in March, you can see it had a big wide-ranging bar. The market rallies a little bit and then comes down even more. So that's what it's there for. It's to give you an idea that you don't have to risk very much when you're watching these things, because it's incredibly important. 877-927-6648 if you have any questions. I wanted to bring a chart that I was going to talk about yesterday. I didn't get the time. This is the one on the Elliott wave. They sent this out I'm giving it to you just to show you that the cycles have been going on. This is back to 1970s. This is back when I basically got started. But you'll notice we had the oil embargo. I was in Westlake Village at the time. We had the oil embargo. I didn't have to worry about the oil embargo because I went to the home of the man that owned the gas station, and I made him a deal he couldn't refuse. I offered to pay him twice what the going rate was if I didn't have to wait. So I got there first in line, and I didn't have to wait. Didn't drive very much, so it was not a big deal, but I didn't want to wait in line. There were big lines back in those days, folks. That was a big deal. Don't remember, the oil was trading for about $3 or $4 is all it was trading for, so it was not a big deal. That's when Arm & Hammer, who started Aramco, was in the business. We made a low in the stock market, the very first one back in the 1970s that you see there. That was the 69 low. Then we went up. The reason why I'm pointing it out, 1980, folks, this was the year that Reagan got elected. And you remember when he got elected, he said, we're going to turn the bull loose. And the bull started to run into 82. But look how we came all the way down. You see, in 1984, we made a lower low. I mean, we were really, very, very close to a lower low. And then it took off. When we started to move from that level, we went above 1,000 points in the Dow Jones. The Dow was trading for 1,050. Once we went above that, it was Katie bar the door. And then look where the crash was. Can you believe that? That major crash that everybody talks about looks like a little blip on the chart. And if you look at it really closely, it's an exact 61% retracement to the low that was made in August of 1982. And then you can see all the things that are going on. This concerns me a little bit, folks, because this is the kind of pattern you're seeing right now. I've never seen so many A, B, C, D patterns and three drive patterns on these charts. I mean, I've been pointing them out to you over these past few days, Visa, all the others that I've sent out, but Apple, a whole bunch. But, the market makes new highs. Hey, it could go far, far higher. It doesn't necessarily mean that I was right. Might have been right for 2 days, but that happens once in a while. So it's important to remember that this is what we're looking at when we're seeing these things unfold here as we look at these today. So the next question that someone asked me was about the euro, and we are getting ready for a pretty good spot here in the euro, folks. I'm getting it up here now. This is the 4-hour chart in the euro. And you'll remember we had the 3 drive to a bottom pattern back here on the 14th. That was just 6 days ago. We had to rally up, stopped right at the 61% retracement there at 118.65. That made it a 135 pattern. And now we're coming down, making new lows, and we should get down somewhere. I think we're very close to that 117.50 level, which is what our target is on this one. So we have to be vigilant on this euro, because that should be very, very strong support. It's double bottom area, and if the bottom doesn't hold there, look out, because you could see 115 going down. And as Basil pointed out on the first part of the show, this market really, the dollar index has basically broken out. Has been breaking out. It's just continued to go higher. We pointed that out, of course, in the index this week. The fact that it stayed so many days above the, I marked this because we were so many closes above the 78% level, it looked like we were heading to 93.09. Now, I don't know if we've made 93.09 yet today, but we should be pretty close to 93.09. And again, there's that pattern again. It's the 3 drive pattern, drive 1, drive 2, drive 3, and this is a daily chart. And if you counted the bars, they're going to be pretty much equal between. So this is going to be a very, very interesting spot here. 93.09 up. Yeah, well, there was 93.09 and the high was 93.810. Marshall, thank you very much. You're on it like a cheap suit, my friend. I certainly appreciate it. And the princess says hi to you and Lynn. And I hope your weather's finally cooled off up there in Washington, because we got gorgeous weather down here with the monsoons and everything. We're about 90, 92 during the day, and it's just really balmy, very nice. Of course, our weather here is a lot different because we're in the high desert. Okay, that's a Big 10-4. We're going to be having John on just for a minute here, and I wanted to do one other thing, and that is to answer the question that 2 people asked me with the last couple of days. I've written it down. I didn't get it out. Why is silver so weak compared to the gold? Folks, I do not know the answer to that. I talk to people that are in the business. Silver demand is hotter than heck. I mean, you can't even get the silver rounds. I mean, that's a very small part of the business because, silver is used in all kinds of industrial stuff, but it's really, you can't buy a large quantity of silver on the silver rounds. And we believe that there's a possibility because silver has been so weak that we're trading way below 25 right now, 25.80 or so. But look at this. We could easily come down here another $3 or $1.50 down to this 23 level. That would be a home run because look at that. You've got a perfect ABCD right there, and you're setting at a 38% retracement near the old highs from 2016. So that's my game plan, is to see if we can get to 23, and we're only a buck 80 away from that. And the way gold is acting today, maybe that's the key that's going to push it down one more time, because silver is certainly acting very, very poorly. Platinum is acting a lot better, but still it's in a pretty big downtrend. 877-927-6648.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, I'm back, folks, and I believe we have John Jameson on the line. John, are you there?
I am, Larry. Hello. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I got some questions, John. We've been talking here in the den for the last couple of days about things that are going on, with Bitcoin, and I've told the folks how well you've mapped this out, what was going to happen. In fact, to my amazement, when it was at 20,000, you said it was going to drop by 80%, and I said, you've got to be kidding. And it went 82%, and then, of course, you just did it again with 65,000. But I've told the folks that you've been commenting that over the time frame that we're dealing with right now in these cryptocurrencies and blockchains, that we're over a very, very critical time frame. Now, the question that I have, John, is, Bitcoin has been shut down by the miners over in China. I don't know exactly. Could you tell the folks what that hash rate thing is? I've got the chart up there, and tell the folks what's going on.
Okay. Right. So China. So the headline news is China has basically shut down cryptocurrency mining in China. And so most people will look at that and they would say, okay, let's look at this from a mega negative point of view. They go onto Google, find out very quickly that around about 65% of all cryptocurrency mining takes place inside China. And that is a problem, or so you might think. So first thing you do is, what's a hash rate? Well, when 65% of the miners get shut down, then that is going to affect the hash rate. And if you look at a chart of the hash rate, it looks like a 1987 crash. It's just literally fallen off a cliff. So what is a hash rate? The hash rate is basically the number of guesses per second that the entire Bitcoin network makes to try and guess what's called a nonce, which is a number only used once, which will award that miner a Bitcoin. So that's what's going on. And the hash rate, as you can imagine, has literally collapsed. So looking at that, most people are going to say, well, then the hash rate is going to, the price is going to follow the hash rate. And that to a certain extent is true. But the right way of thinking about this is, why have China shut that down?
That's a good question.
Why? So, and then it's very easy in that case to go down a road where you're never ever going to get a definitive answer. So the best way of thinking about it is, China could have shut it down because Bitcoin is a threat to the capital controls they've got with US dollars leaving the country. It's a threat to their reserves, their foreign reserves. So they don't want that. But also, is it a publicity stunt? Why? Well, this fall in November in the UK is the COP26 summit, and over the summer, from now pretty well, you're going to see a ramping up of climate change stuff, and of course, Bitcoin is a major offender in the climate change rule, because it takes up so much energy, and so Bitcoin uses about 110 terawatts of electricity. But the closest number you can get easily online is the 2018 global amount of terawatt energy used across the planet, and that's about 24,000. That's about 24,000 terawatts. But when electricity is created, there's always a margin of error, and that is how much is actually wasted, how much just gets leaked out and destroyed, and that's about 20%. So 20% of 24,000 is 4,800 terawatts, and the Bitcoin network at 110 terawatts hours, that is only actually under 3% of the wastage. So when you see a narrative that Bitcoin is massively energy, it takes up a massive amount of energy, it does. But if you look, you have to look at it in context. So China could be doing a publicity stunt to make them look good. Will they go to COP26? Won't they go to COP26? Who knows? So the question becomes, will it affect the price? What's going on? And is Bitcoin basically, is it done? Is this thing just like tulip mania? Is it a good idea that's just being carried away to a ridiculous level, and now we're seeing the consequences of that with people bailing out? Now, I'm betting that it isn't the end of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, and I have several reasons why that is. So first of all, the terahash has collapsed, but Bitcoin has a mechanism built inside it to counteract the drop in terahashes. And that is, it self-adjusts the difficulty level. And it does that every 2 weeks. And so a couple of weeks ago, the difficulty level, that's how difficult it is to solve the problem, which is what the terahashes are. They're guesses to solve that problem. The difficulty level on the network self-adjusted downwards by 28%. That's the largest drop ever on the network to cope with it. So you want to ask yourself, rather than trying to figure out what's what, if you have an idea that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are a very real new technology that are going to scale, then what you want to be asking yourself is, who benefits from this massive drop or interruption in the network? And who benefits are the existing miners, because, what most people don't realize is every 4 years, there's a set number of Bitcoins created every day. And it's known as a halving event. And right now, the number of Bitcoins that are created every day is 900. So where does that number come from? Well, there's 1,440 minutes approximately in a day. Every 10 minutes, there's a new Bitcoin, a new number only used once is found. So basically, every day you have 144 events, and each one of those events generates 6.25 Bitcoin for the miner who discovered the number only used once. And that's how it works. So then what people are looking at when they're looking at charts is you're just basically looking at what happened yesterday or what's happening now, and not seeing the disadvantage you have with the chart is you're not seeing the background. And one of the big problems that you have when you're trying to find out, especially if you're using the media, is it is extremely one-sided. Okay, so and that means basically you'll hear about Bitcoin, woohoo on the way up and oh my gosh on the way down, but you don't hear about anything else. So right now, if you do hear about crypto, what you're hearing about is Bitcoin down. Yeah. It's I'm expecting Bitcoin to flush to around 23,000. It could go lower, but it needs a flush, I think. And the question then becomes, what are you going to do?
How come we never hear of Ethereum and some of the others? Because there's thousands of these cryptos, aren't there?
There are, and this is the big hurdle that people that it basically hazes people, because they look at it and they go, oh, yeah, where do I start? Mm-hmm. And so the key to cryptocurrency is understanding that crypto is the wild, wild west of investing. And most people understand that. They see the volatility. But there's good news to that.
Yeah. Hey, John, we have to pay a few bills. Could you stay with us a little longer, please?
Of course I can.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, we're back, folks. We're talking with John Jameson about cryptocurrencies and blockchains. And John, one of the questions that someone's asked us here in the den is that why is it so difficult to understand what's going on? You know, you have to have all these terminologies. Everything's new. Is there a simple way of breaking it down?
Well, okay. Now we're pretty stuck for time. I'm guessing I only have a few minutes to answer this.
No, you've got as long as you want. Just take your time. Take your time.
I'm going to dovetail the question you asked me before the break, which is how come we don't hear about Ethereum and other cryptos? Okay, so here's what it is. I have a background in computer science, so that is a massive advantage, but most people don't, obviously. And so, yes, when you're looking at cryptocurrency, it seems much more complex than it is because of the terminology. So what I do is I work with people, not just within crypto, but to help them look at things, quick and dirty hacks, fast and frugal way of thinking about things. And one of the methods that I show people how to use can be applied to cryptocurrency, and it cuts most of the complication away. So the trick to it is this. First of all, why aren't you hearing about Ethereum? Well, the news that you get out of the media is asymmetric. That is basically it's a sort of a mocking disbelief when it goes up, and an I told you so when it goes down. That's basically what you get. What you're not hearing, though, is the biggest news in cryptocurrency this summer. And most people don't know if you can do a poll on your show, put it out to them, what is it? What's going on this summer? That's a huge deal in crypto. Mm-hmm. And
did we lose you, John?
Has anyone got? Sorry, yeah. So the big deal in crypto for this summer, I'm not sure you can do a live poll on the fly, so I'll just tell you. The big deal is the Ethereum hard fork, the London hard fork, which is happening on August the 4th. That's a huge deal. And what it's going to do is it's going to change. It's basically the start of pushing miners out of Ethereum, changing Ethereum from a proof of work cryptocurrency into a proof of stake cryptocurrency. What do I mean by that? Well, Bitcoin and the narrative around it is the energy consumption. It's the same with Ethereum, but on a slightly lesser scale. What you're not hearing is the other side of that argument. What cryptocurrencies are massively energy efficient? And so the simple way to start with cryptocurrency to solve a lot of problems is to understand that cryptocurrencies are a solution looking for a problem to solve. And once you've figured that out, then you can literally chop away almost everything. Literally everything. And most people think, oh, that you surely know. Well, I did a show with Larry a couple of weeks ago now, was it, Larry? Where we did about an hour's presentation. And on that show, I recommended buying Ethereum. Well, when you buy Ethereum, that might seem like a plain vanilla thing to do, but what you're doing is you're buying the railway tracks. Why? Because a lot of these tokens that are coming out, almost all of them, in fact, run on Ethereum and a secondary blockchain, which I think has a lot of potential, which is called Cardano. And so these are the things you're not hearing, and you've got to ask yourself why. So if anyone is interested in learning about these simple overlays you can use, then I don't know whether you want to whether you can tell people where to get hold of me, Larry, if they want to, so I can send them out some stuff.
I posted your link in the chat room so
Great.
people can look at it. And people, just larrypesavento@gmail.com, and I'll forward the information on to John. Okay,
and so if they go to the John Jameson site and sign up there, they can basically I'll send them out the stuff they need to know, the simple stuff they need to know to get them started. And this is the problem. Cryptocurrencies are complex. They are technical. But if you start at the what problem is it? What is this a solution for? Now, way back in 2017, Larry had me on doing a 90-minute cryptocurrency presentation. And the two things you need to know about cryptocurrencies to get started are what problem does it solve and how does this technology scale? In fact, I was just watching the big news today, Blue Origin, this Jeff Bezos flight with the awesome, just the name escapes me, Wally Funk, absolutely awesome. And, Jeff Bezos was saying today, I actually scribbled down a couple of notes because I thought, wow. He basically said, he said after the flight, sitting there in his cowboy hat, he said, today has been a total overkill with the technology. And the interviewer asked why. And he said, we use technology that we know we can scale. And that is exactly what you should be looking for with cryptocurrencies. If it can't scale, throw it away. So you have to classify cryptocurrencies into different things. What do they do? And for example, Bitcoin, there's a lot of argument about whether that's a store of value, whether it's whether it's a Ponzi scheme, whatever it is. I'm on the camp that believes it's a store of value. And I have several reasons for that, and I can explain that to you. Obviously, there's more to it than just sound biting on this, but that's one of the things. And to hold crypto, it's extremely volatile. But volatility is the price you pay for being able to get enhanced returns. It's not the sort of thing you do with leverage, or certainly not the sort of thing I do with leverage. It's not the sort of thing you do with large percentages of your portfolio. It's the sort of thing you boost your portfolios with, gives it a shot in the arm. And so, the other thing, so basically that lesson today from Bezos was awesome. And he said, it's really difficult to balance a pencil on the end of the finger, but it's easy to put a broomstick and balance that. So that means that the idea can scale. And that's the perfect metaphor for what you're trying to do. Absolutely superb. And so Ethereum, think of that as being like Warren Buffett and buying Burlington Northern. You're buying a railway track to somewhere. Why? Because most smart contract tokens run on that railway track. And if you want to take it further and get into actually how blockchains work, which you certainly don't need to do, then you can, but that's going down into the geekery, and it gets complicated fairly quickly. So if you just keep it simple and ask yourself, how does a technology scale and what problem does it solve? It'll massively reduce the number of things that you look at. And the final thing is this. Larry has kindly said that I've called highs and lows several times in crypto, which I've got lucky, I guess, and I have. The thing is this. To hold on these drops, you've got to, if you sell it, you're out of position. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, no worries, you can buy it back. Well, I'm doing the opposite. I'm martingaling on the drop, so I'm building positions in the fear. Now, if you're going to do that, you're going to need to know what's driving the train. And if you don't know what's driving the train, then that's going to be a real problem. And if you subscribe to the John Jameson site or get in touch with Larry, I'll send you over a report, and I'll tell you, in my opinion, what is driving the cryptocurrency market and why that's something that I don't think is going to go away anytime soon. So how's that, Larry? Does that sound reasonable?
That's very, very good, John. We'll have you on again next week. Maybe we can talk about other things that are coming up, okay?
That's great, Mac. Thank you very much.
Okay, you bet, you bet. John Jameson, folks. We'll be right back after we pay a few bills.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Okay, we've got the stocks up. We got the S&P 7324. It's only 60 handles away from a new high, folks. That's going to be a monster. We're having a nice retracement here in the gold. We went from 1826 down to 1806, $20. We're now trading at 1811. The bonds have been the big picture of the day. The fact that we hit that 167.04 exactly. We're now trading at 165.10. The low's been 165.04. That's a huge move, folks. $2,000 reversal in the bonds. They'll be talking about that for the next couple of days. I will be doing some more on the grain markets. I've had, because of the monsoons we've had here, I've had a little bit of a problem with electricity over the last 2 days, but I think they've got it fixed up here. Running today. We have no rain forecast for the next few days, so I'll get some charts out. We've got to pay close attention to this euro, folks, because like we mentioned in the dollar index, we hit that major index number today, and that's going to be really important. That's a 3 drive on that dollar index, and that controls a lot. You know, we try to follow the money, and that's what we're doing here. From a technical standpoint, when the market goes straight up like this, folks, actually that is not good. That is probably short covering. I'm not sure if it is or not, but that is usually not. Bull markets go up slowly and quietly so you can accumulate a position, and this just took off like a deer in the headlights. And so we're going to find out what happens at the end of the day. We still have about 3 hours to go, and when the only way is up, sometimes the only way is down. So we got to keep an eye on that. I will not be able to be here tomorrow, folks. It's dollar doctor day, where I go in for my physical. I go in for physical every 4 months, checking blood work and everything. I'm in really good health. For going to be 80 here on the 28th of July, the same day as old Mr. Ralph Elliott. So we'll have some fun talking about that. And pay a little bit of respect today, July 20th. 1969, folks, the man landed on the moon. Do you know what else happened that day? That was the day that Mr. Kennedy got into a little problem. We'll see you on the flip side on Thursday. May God bless.